and the other things to build off that character. With no character, you have nothing to build off of. You have no foundation. So I'm going to go into the... Are you still there, Ariel?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been talking forever.
No, I am still here, my man. I am still here.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for this.
The next day... after that sparring, I talked to him. I thought we had buried the hatchet. After that sparring, we took a picture in the ring. Everybody gave us a hand. You know, you still the 12 hard rounds. Regardless of who got the better of it, there's a respect factor in spending 36 minutes in a ring with a guy and you're trying to beat the shit out of each other, you know? At least for me, there is, you know? So after the sparring, we took a picture together inside the ring. Everybody gave us a hand. You know, we go change and we go to the dressing room. In the dressing room, I passed by Conor and he says, "Hey, man, you know, good work." And I said, "Yeah, good work, Conor." You know, I thought, again, seems like maybe we buried this hatchet. Maybe I don't have to be as guarded anymore. Maybe I don't have to feel this on edge in this guy's camp anymore. You know, I was hoping that, again, because I came with those intentions. And I still didn't get that comfortable feeling yet. But maybe after these 12 rounds, I thought maybe I'm going to be more comfortable, you know? And he says, "Good work." I say good work back to him. And then I said, "But Conor, just do me a favor, bro. No more of these crazy pictures." Because what happened, Ariel? The week before when I worked Broner Garcia, the media is there at that fight week. It's a big fight in boxing. All everybody wanted to know was about these pictures. So I tell Conor, it becomes very hard for me to not disclose the NDA I have with you. I mean, I don't want to talk about sparring anyway. If you look at my track record, I never talk about sparring in 20 years of boxing. You know, you won't find much about my sparring sessions, you know? So, like, I said, you know, I don't want to talk about sparring anyway, but it's hard to not disclose the NDA when you're putting up pictures of me. I am not one of the other sparring partners. Nobody knows who the other sparring partners are. Everyone knows who I am. So when you put up a picture of me in sparring, the media rush is going to come to me, and I have to answer questions I don't want to deal with. I have to try to make you look good. I want you to look good. I want to say things that make you look good. I want to promote you. I want to help you out. But not at my expense. I also have to figure out how to do it without making myself look bad now, because you're putting me in contradicting positions with these pictures. And at that time, only the hands behind the back picture had come out, which, again, like I said, it hadn't taken me off. But by the time I got the media reaction the next week, I said, you know what, I probably don't need this in my life, you know? So I had this conversation with Conor after the second sparring in the dressing room. And this is probably where I realized what a dickhead this guy is. Because at that moment, you did 12 hard rounds, and you just, you know, there's that respect I'm feeling, at least, you know? And he looks at me, and I expected like a, "All right, Paulie, you got it. You know, you're right, man. Let's just keep this good work going, you know?" Instead, he looks at me and he gives me like this smirk smile, laugh at me, and he starts walking away from me. And he puts his hands up in the air and gives me his back, like he's walking away towards the showers. And he's like, I don't know, Paulie. We got some good ones those last 2 rounds. I don't know about that." And like at this point, Ariel, I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to walk in the dressing room and say I got punked. So I thought it was like a joke. Right? There's no way this guy's as much of an asshole. Or I expect Conor to turn around and be like, "I'm just kidding, man. You got it. Let's get this hard work and let's finish this game strong." I'm expecting one of those things. The last thing I'm expecting is this guy to just keep going off into the sunset, off into the showers, and just not say anything. And that's what he did. That's what he did. So I was just like, wow, what a jerk off. Like, what a jerk off. So I go up to my bag and I start taking out my bag because I got to get ready to shower too. And I yell back towards the showers. I said, "All right, bro." I said, "I didn't answer anything on social media last time with that picture, but I said, you put up something again, I'm going to put your post against you, bro. I'm going to post some stuff after you." And he didn't answer me. Whatever, that's it. The night ended, get ready, and we left, you know. The next day, I wake up at a DM on my Twitter. Public. And it's not him writing anything. It's from Conor McGregor, but it's not anything writing. It's just 2 pictures. It's just 2 pictures, and he didn't write anything. He didn't caption them. And it's 2 pictures of me on the canvas. It's the pictures of the pushdown. And he's basically showing me them. And I said, at that point, I went to my timeline, and I said, let me check my timeline. Let me see if these have gone public, you know. And I realized they hadn't gone public. I realized looking at my timeline, they just had the pictures of me and him posing off, squaring off, in that weird like picture that he had put up the next day. But it wasn't like anything damaging. So I thought to myself, how do I take this? Because he didn't write anything. I thought it's like stuff for me to translate. So again, I look to think the best in people, right, Ariel? I look to think the best in people. So I think he's showing me that he has the pictures, but he respects the conversation we had yesterday. He's not going to post them. That's what he's showing me right now. It's cool. So I just kind of wrote him back like, ha. I was like, too bad to count as a knockdown. Yeah, a punch has to get thrown. I said, it was a good push, though. And I said, ha, like, you know, kind of laughing. And then I just put something smart, like something stupid, like, damn, you wake up mad early. It was like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm looking at this message with one eye open, you know? So that was it, you know? And I thought, like, okay, it's cool. That day I didn't see him because it wasn't a sparring day, and I didn't train at the time he did, and that was it. I'm thinking like, okay, because he didn't answer me though. I still was like a little bit on edge because like, how do I react to this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like I still was like contradicted on how do I take this guy, because he didn't write me back on the DM. He just sent me that picture and that's it. And I was it. You know, like that was it for that day. You know, I still had this like surprise element inside of me, like feeling a little bit guarded, but whatever. The next day was a sparring day, and we'll see. You know, I'll see him the next day. Thursday is a sparring day, and Thursday is one of those days where, again, you have to have a 9 p.m. schedule, but it could be earlier. You have to be on call all day long. That's the way sparring is. You know, the egomaniacs over there want to control you all day long. They want to run it like a boot camp, and that's what you do. And, you know, all my sparrings, personally, Ariel, in my training camps, we had a set schedule every day for the week. You know what I'm saying? And you don't change it, because I wanted the best out of my sparring partners. I don't want them coming surprised. I wanted them to give me the best work they could, you know? Mm-hmm. But this is the way he works, and it's fine. Whatever. You know, I'm not my cup of tea, but I wasn't going to say anything. 2 p.m., everybody in my house, the crack house that I call it, gets a group text saying that we have to be at the gym at 2 p.m. We have to be at the gym at 3:30. I got the text at 2 p.m. It was a mass text, group text. So I said, all right, well, I guess this is one of those surprise days where, we're going to be at the gym. And he said, be at the gym at 3:30 for sparring. Doesn't say who's sparring, though. He said, be at the gym ready for sparring, everybody. So everybody gets our stuff ready. By 3, we leave. We get to the gym a couple minutes early. And I start warming up. I wrap my hands up and I start warming up, you know. And I start warming up with a bit more purposeful, because I'm a little sore 2 days before I went 12 rounds. So I want to get a good warm-up in and get my blood flowing, you know, because just in case I get picked, you know. I want to get a nice warm-up. And I feel like I'm a little sharper as I'm shadow boxing, you know. Even though I'm sore, I definitely feel like I'm getting sharper every day. And it's cool. And, you know, I still don't know what's going on. Conor and his team walk in, and they tell us, listen, Conor is not going to box today. And again, the check mark goes off in my mind.
Oh, did we lose him? Damn. Got the text, Conor's not sparring. Did we lose Paulie? This is my voice, by the way. All right, we'll get him back. Holy smokes. That is riveting stuff. We'll try to get him back. I appreciate him taking the time and laying it all out there. Of course, that is Paulie Malignaggi talking about what happened yesterday, or at least I should say last week, with Conor McGregor. Paulie, are you there?
Yo, I'm here. Sorry,
okay.
Man, I'm in a building, and I don't know, the connection died out. So I was saying, yeah. So what was that character part again? You know, so he didn't box me. He didn't box anybody that day.
Yeah, you said you got a text. Okay? You said you got a text. Conor's not sparring today.
No. When I got text, by that point we were in the gym. I didn't get a text. By that point, Conor came into the gym.
Okay.
You know? And Conor and his team came into the gym. The text was that we were sparring. We got to the gym. I started warming up good.
Okay.
He gets to the gym. His team gets to the gym, and they let us know that no, he's not sparring. You know. And I was like, okay, well, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking he probably should spar, but it's not up to me to decide that. Even if it's a few rounds, just to keep his eyes sharp, but whatever. It's not up to me to decide that. It's up to them to decide that. They run their own camp. But I'm just going to work the floor. I'm just going to work the bag. You know, I'm going to work something. I don't know if you've been to the USCPI, but the first floor is like conditioning stuff. It's rehab stuff like cryotherapy and treadmills and on the ropes for conditioning and whatnot. And the second floor is the cage, the ring, the bag. You know, the combat sports part of the facility. I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yep.
That's the way. For everybody that's not familiar with it, that's how it is. That's how it's set up. So I figure I'm just going to hit the bag. I'm going to hit the bag, and I'm going to stay sharp. You know, I'm going to get my bag gloves out of my bag. I'm going to hit the bag. So I take my bags out of my gloves out of my bag, and I tell one of the trainers, I say, hey, can you glove me up? I'm just going to hit the bag then. And he says, no. You guys have to go downstairs, because he has to work the pads or the mitts today, and he has to work on some shots that we want him to hit you guys with. We don't want you guys to see. A little bit too analytical for me, but Ariel, honestly, I get it. I understand it. Some guys are a little more anal with that kind of stuff. Me, I always used to hit the pads or the mitts in front of my sparring partners on non-sparring days. I didn't care. But you know what? I can give you the benefit of the doubt. You might be a little more tactical or analytical. Fine. You want us not around. But I got pissed. Why do I get pissed, Ariel? Because you made me come to the gym at 3:30 when I could have came at any other hour. But you made me come to the gym at 3:30 just to tell me I couldn't work out. Man, that pissed me off. Man, was I heated. Because now it's every little thing. Now even all the other little things that weren't bothering me so much came to the forefront. You know, the crack house, they're taking me off the plane to do 12 rounds in front of his personal audience, me not being able to have a trainer in camp. All of this now was bothering me more. Instantly, all the little things started bothering me more because now it was this added thing. You know, so I was just red hot pissed. I didn't say anything, but I was red hot pissed. And I said, all right, I got my stuff, and I went downstairs. You know, all you have downstairs is basically the treadmills and the conditioning stuff. So I just kept shadowboxing downstairs and then ran a little treadmill. But I remember venting to everybody else because all the other sparring partners couldn't stay up there either. And I'm like, what are we, jerk-offs? I said, what are we, guys? I mean, we just get brought in, like, and then you just talk so we can't work out? What is that? Like, I could have came later. We could have came this morning. We could have came at any point. It's not like they decided when they got to the gym they're not sparring. You knew you weren't sparring when you woke up that morning. Who are you kidding? You didn't just get to the gym and decide you're not sparring. You knew when you sent that group text for us to show up to the gym to spar. You knew he wasn't sparring. Who are you kidding? That's not how it works. Who are you kidding? So I was aggravated. And instantly everything else aggravated me. Everything else that happened before aggravated me. So I did my workout. I'm pissed. I finished my workout. I go in the dressing room to shower. I take my stuff out of my bag. My phone is buzzing like crazy. I mean, it's like on fire. It's buzzing like crazy, like it's going to blow up. I checked my phone. I'm like, what is going on here? It's like, this is all you hear, you know? So I get it. I check a bunch of text messages, bunch of tweets, like 200 even checked. Like, what's going on over here? And suddenly I realized everything had been released. Everything again. And the reaction was Paulie Malignaggi got knocked down. So I'm like, wow. I was like, you really released this shit? I was like, it's crazy. I said, I'm fighting an uphill battle here. Even if I spar him the rest of camp and I start to beat on him more and more and more, he's always going to have these photographers there doing his will. And in 10, 12 rounds, he's always going to get a couple of shots of him landing shots, and those are going to be the ones he's going to post. He's always going to try to get ahead at my expense and not through me and not with me. You know what I'm saying? I said, this guy's just a piece of shit. I can't deal with this. His team is a piece of shit, bunch of piece of shit cheerleaders. They're not improving him. They're not getting him better. They're just telling me he's doing good, even if he's not. I like, I don't need to be around these people. It's not like they brought me in for anything tactical like a lot of people thought they would. You know what I'm saying? They're doing tactical stuff, and all the tactical stuff is cheerleading. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I said, I can't stay here. I said, it's only going to get worse for me. It's not going to get better. I can't win this battle. I mean, I didn't even know I came for a battle, but at the point I realized it's a battle, and I'm just not in a position where I can win it. This is always going to continue to happen. I can, because every time I spar him, I'm going to throw him more of a beating. I'm only going to get sharper and sharper. And like I said, he can't rise his sharpness level at the rate I can rise my sharpness level, because mine is just muscle memory. He's going to come back at a faster rate once I'm in the gym every day. His is all stuff he has to learn.